The following special presentation is a snowstorm special from Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, hopefully no one else is really streaming. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 22nd day of February 2026. Apparently, those of you in the great Northeast are about to get nailed in southern New England and New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania with snow. So a couple of weeks ago, I bought the pro basketball uh, historical encyclopedia package from Dave Cook Sports for the basketball game and didn't do anything with it. Grabbed it tonight and threw together some quick teams. We'll show you what I did. These are no means to be the definitive best teams of any given decade, but I went with the DKS salaries for this. And so because most of my audience became fans of the sport in the 70s and 80s, we're going to play the best of the 80s versus the best of the 70s from the greatest mecca of basketball ever, the Harwood Union High School. No. The Madison Square Garden in New York City. So I tried to do the best I could by decade, although it doesn't mean that everyone is in their proper decade. With all that, let's get to it, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents a basketball special tonight from Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's the Boston 1980s versus the New York 1970s. Woohoo! Play your disco. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast in the web for your sports simulation replay needs for today. Spotify, Speaker, and iTunes. I'm not sure I could say that any faster. So I basically did by decade and went by the DKS salary. If you've ever played an action PC game, he's assigned a salary to everybody. We try to balance the teams as much as we could. And in our 8th decade of basketball, we actually have 8 teams. How you doing, David? So at some point, I'm actually do more than just this one-off here, but it was fun putting the teams together. Will Chamberlain, John Stockton, who you'll not see tonight. And so all those. So I gave him a court. We got them all there. So Minnesota is the 50s team. Philadelphia is the 60s team with Will Chamberlain. New York, the 70s team with somebody by the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Boston being the 80s team, Larry Bird, of course. Orlando, Shaq, 90s. Los Angeles, Kobe, the aughts. Cleveland, I think that's what I did with LeBron James. No, he's with the Zeros. Anyway. And I put a team in Seattle because I like Seattle. And so they get the modern day goodies. So let's set this up. So here are the prominent players for both of these teams. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Clyde Drexler, Adrian Dantley, Magic Johnson, Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin McHale, Jack Sikma. Those are the highlighted players. And for the 70s team, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Artis Gilmore, John Havlicek, Walt Frazier, Julius Erving, Tiny Archibald, Dan Issel, Rick Barry, and Bob McAdoo. Now, I do have 3-pointers in here. And I believe we're doing best 3 to make 2 once we get in, 6 fouls, and all that. And, oh, wait, I screwed it up already. Why are we so small? Oh, no, both defenses are there. So I'll call the offense. The computer always calls the defense. So the starters for the 80s, that was a great hockey game. Congrats to both the U.S. and Canada for a fantastic game. Some guy by the name of Magic Johnson is the point guard for the 80s. Michael Jordan is the shooting guard. The forwards, Adrian Dantley and Larry Bird is the power forward. And Robert Parrish will get the start at center. Isaiah Thomas, Clyde Drexler, Mark Aguirre, Dominique Wilkins, Jack Sikma, and Sam Perkins are on the bench for the 80s team. For the Knickerbockers, for the 70s, Walt Frazier, John Havlicek, Rick Barry, Julius Erving, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. are your starters: Tiny Archibald, George Gervin, somebody by the name of Calvin, I believe is an ABA All-Star, Bob McAdoo, Dan Issel, and McGinnis, and Artis Gilmore are on the bench for, how you doing, Curtis, for the 70s. So this really should be just a whiz-banger of a game. So here we go. Everybody's ready? Let's tip it. Tip goes to Magic, and the 80s team will start it up. Magic in the forecourt. What's he going to do? Over to Parrish. Parrish back out to Jordan. Jordan, he's going to drive over Havlicek. He's going to drive over Havlicek. Come on, you can do this. Jordan drives off the glass. It's in. 2-0, 80s. All right, let's see if we can speed this up. Ooh, retro. I like that. All right, 70s has it. Frazier walks it up. Gonna pound it inside of Julius Irving. Irving, gonna be a pump fake. Click for the shot. No. Rebound out to, looks like Rick Barry. Barry's got it. New York resets. Hondo puts up a finger. He's got the ball. He's got Kareem inside. Kareem over Parrish for the shot. Good. And it's 2-2 the score. Kareem with a thunderous dunk. Now we walk it back the other way. Magic finds Bird. Baseline jumper over Irving. Larry Legend shoots. No. Rebound Barry. Will they? Nope. Loose ball foul called on Barry. That's his first. No changes. As we get the start of things here. 2-2 the score. 80s versus 70s. Has Curtis ever told me you saw Magic play? Oh, in high school. That's right, because you're from Michigan. I figured Michigan State. He's 2 years older than you, and his high school and your high school are in the same conference. No, that is so cool. No changes on the foul. And Bird will inbound for Boston. To Magic. Magic will try the three. Kicks it back out. Jordan. Magic gives and goes. Stolen by Kareem. Will the 70s fast break? I would think so. Irving and Kareem. 2-on-2 fast break. Irving feeds Kareem over Dantley. No. Rebound. Oh, foul on Parrish. And Kareem will go to the line for 2. No changes. Opening minute here. Kareem, a 68% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Rims goes in and out. No changes. Second one up. Second one in. 3-2, 70s. 80s walk it up. Magic sees that Parrish is open. Bird feeds Parrish over Kareem. Swatted, stolen by Kareem. Are they going to go in the break again? Or are they going to want the half court? They will do the half court. Kareem will take a baseline jumper over Parrish. Is that ill-advised? Yes, it is, because a 15-footer is out of bounds in an air ball, and it'll be 80s ball. 3-2, 70s lead. Happy Gold Medal Sunday. Jay Vincent's high school was also in the conference. Big-time basketball in Michigan, of course. Not quite as known as Indiana. So, what did Magic play in high school? Was he a point guard, or what? I remember the year that they played in the finals in 80, and he played all 5 positions. I mean, he jumped center, for goodness sakes. No changes. Magic and Jordan are outside. Oops, I fed it to Dantley. Jordan ignores my call. Miss. Rebound, Kareem. Kareem has the rebound, and they're going to run it. Frazier and Hondo on the break against Magic and Michael. Frazier, Clyde the Glide over to Havlicek. Havlicek in the paint. No rebound. Magic Johnson. They walk it back the other way. Opening stanza here. Magic finds Dantley outside. Dantley foul line right. Shoots. No. Rebound. The Doctor. Good defense by Barry. They will now fast break the other way. 4-on-3 for the 70s. It's a disco pace. Irving, who's he going to feed? He feeds Barry in the paint. Barry, yes! 5-2, 70s. 9:53 to go first quarter. Every possession. I figured he would. Magic slows it down. Give and go with Jordan. Magic, top of the foul line. Yes, sir. 5-4 the score. Magic is all 4 points for the 80s. Frazier and Barry are the open shooters. Clyde will feed Barry on the outside. Foul line left. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And Barry is 7-4 early on. Lots of open shooters here. Magic will try to feed Dantley as the call. Magic. Dantley on the block. Over Rick Barry. No. Rebound. A block by Kareem. Rebound Dantley, and Dantley is called for a loose ball foul. So 2 team fouls. You like the retro scoreboard look? So do I. 2 team fouls on the 80s, 1 on the 70s. Magic has lived. Oh, it certainly has. Yeah, when he had the HIV. Oh, my goodness, ever. Would you believe that was 34 years ago? I think he's lived longer with the virus than he did without it. So 70s ball. Abdul-Jabbar, Barry, feeds Kareem, backs in the paint over Parrish. They double team him. Kareem makes it. He has 5 points, 9-4, 70s. Magic, being guarded by Frazier, will take the 3 that you can't see there. Magic from beyond the arc. Takes it. Makes it. 9-7 the score. 70s walk it up. Barry working around Dantley. Will try the shot in the paint. Barry from Miami of Florida hits the jumper. 11-7. Both teams are shooting very well, or at least the 70s are. Magic will pass. Bird has it inside. He's outside. Will he pass or will he penetrate? He sees Jordan open. Kicks it over to Michael. Jordan going to drive to the basket, and they collapse on him. Kareem again with the block. Rebound Jordan. Second by the cherry. Can he put it back up? What's Jordan going to do? Jordan doesn't like what he sees. He's going to pass it out. They're going to reset the clock. It's a 14-second shot clock after the rebound. Parrish outside. Parrish tries to take the jumper, and he double dribbles. Miska Muska Mouseketeer. A good start for the 70s. Oh, no, I mean, I was devastating to everybody, Curtis, not just you. It really changed an awful lot of people's thinking, too. Frazier, Clyde the Glide, top of the screen. Going to take the jumper, going to walk it up. He's going to shoot it. He's going to drive in the paint over Magic, and he hits it. 13-7, 70s. Changed his hands and everything. Now they're going to feed Jordan outside from Magic. Michael, Havlicek's hand in his face. Easy peasy, 15-footer, 13-9 to score. Michael has 6. Frazier, going to feed Hondo, or Kareem back out to Hondo. Hondo, back to Kareem. Kareem, loose ball. Going to shoot over Parrish. Sometimes the computer will audible here. Kareem over Parrish. No. Rebound. Magic Johnson. Can they run, or are they going to run the half court? They will run the half court. Dantley from Magic. Dantley over Barry. Bad pass. Stolen by Rick Barry. My word, this has been quick. They will lock it up. They set up the half court. Barry from Frazier over Dantley. The fake. Barry shoots. No. Rebound Parrish. And finally, the 80s get to walk it back up. 6:55 to go. Bird outside from Magic or from Jordan. Larry looking at Irvin. Shoots it over the Doctor. No. Rebound Dantley. Dantley has the rebound. What are they going to do with it? Dantley, second by the cherry, takes the outside jumper and good. 13-11. It's a 2-point game. 70s walk it up. They're going to feed the Doctor over Larry Bird. Pump fake. Works around Bird. Yes. 15-11, 70s. At Madison Square Garden. 6:25 to go, first quarter. Magic calls his own number. Give and go with Jordan. Back out to Magic. Foul line shot. Frazier guards. Magic with the shot. Yes. 2-point game. 15-13. Frazier. They're going to try a three-pointer. This will be fun. Hondo for three. Hondo with a long shot. Yes! And it counts. 18-13, 70s. They lead by 5. The Garden starting to rock. Magic puts up a finger. Gonna find Jordan. Bird. Jordan runs into Hondo and is fouled, but Havlicek will get called for the foul. Any of the bad boys, you're going to see, well, Dantley was technically on the roster. Most of them were in the 90s, though. All right, so Jordan at the line. Jordan to shoot. Why can't I change anybody? Jordan hits the first. Now we can switch, right? So we're going to pull. Matt Calvin will come in for Hondo. And George Gervin will come in for Barry. Jordan will stay. Isaiah in for Magic. Wilkins in for Dantley. McHale in for Bird. And Sigma in for Parrish. But they were popping up on the 90s roster. I did make sure that Lambeer was on the 90s. Patrick LaSalle, can't you talk like Brent Musburger? He's 86, and when I think of the NBA, you're looking live at Madison Square Garden. And Jordan, a hard bounce on the floor. I got a couple cold ones with his name on it once he makes this. Hits them both. He's got 8 points, and it's a 3-point lead for the 70s. So pretty much a fresh squad for the 80s, and the 70s will change the rest of them out in a minute. And the media timeout charged to New York, so now we will sit Jordan down for Clyde Drexler. And the New York bench will be Tiny, McAdoo, and Artis Gilmore. So fresh all around. Magic is 66. If you had told me in 1991 that he would be, yeah. So here we go. McAdoo inbounds it. Good ABA squad here. Tiny Archibald from the foul line. McAdoo posts up. from McAdoo. No. Rebound, Drexler. And this time the 80s are going to fast break. Isaiah, Drexler, and Dominique. Who's it going to be? Drexler. Kicks it over to Wilkins. Dominique. Oh, he walked with it. Oh, Havlicek checks back in for New York. I thought I was running both of these teams. Anyway. No changes, so Hondo gets a quick breather. 18-15, 70s. McAdoo inside gets the feed from Tiny. Over McHale. Yes. 70s by 5. Isaiah will feed Drexler. Thomas, Drexler, foul line right. Shot, no. Rebound goes out of bounds, and Hondo gets it. So New York ball. Or Hondo with a good defense. Hondo is supposed to sit. Matt Calvin comes back in. Why do we change everything here? Ugh. Patrick was the last ISO ball reliance on the three-pointer. Yeah, I agree with load management. McAdoo will get the feed. Gervin with alley-oop. Gervin to McAdoo. 5-point game. 80s walk it up. All right, hold on here. Oh. Well, I can't change the subs. Sorry. Thomas. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. On the floor with Jordan Bird, McHale, and Sigma. Thomas and Jordan on the floor together. Isaiah throws it away. 70s ball. So the computer will make the subs because I screwed that up. Didn't think of that. So Frazier on the floor. 22-15, 70s up by 7. And I got to sneeze again. We won't change it for this. Frazier. Going to feed Kareem inside. Kareem over Parrish, and that's good. Monster dunk for Kareem. He's got 7 on the afternoon. Magic walking it back up for the 80s. They trail 24-15. 70s are shooting 647 from the floor. Magic. Outside right. Stolen by Havlicek. Hondo with the steal. Here comes the break. 4-on-3. It'll be Rick Barry over to Hondo. Lays it off the glass and in. Are you surprised they're up 11? I am. My word. McHale inside. Magic. Feeds Jordan. Kicks it inside to McHale over Irving. Kevin. Takes the shot. No. Rebound controlled by McHale, but Irving gets called for the foul, and McHale goes to the line for 2. And McHale hits the first. 10-point game. Let's at least get Kondo out of there. Matt Calvin checks back in. McHale hits them both. 26-17. 70s up by 9. 3:43 to go. Frazier walks it up. Going to try to get Frazier. Trying to find Kareem over Parrish. They've been battling all day. Abdul-Jabbar kicks it out to Barry. Barry with a shot. Good! Rick Barry has 8 points. The 80s walk it up. Bird wants a 3. Magic obliges. However, Barry got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. So now they'll make some more subs. Hondo back in the game. No changes for the 80s team. Hope you're enjoying this snowstorm special. Bird. Inbounded to Bird. He'll drive over Rick Barry, trying to get a foul call. Bird off the glass and in. Barry let that one go. 28-19. Frazier will walk it up. Hondo wants another 3. Frazier says, be my guest. However, it fed into Irving. Irving kicks it back out for Hondo. Hondo for 3. He's already hit 1. Any plans for showing on your channel, the Pro Racing Universe? I haven't played it yet. We'll see. I'm sure the game is good. Have you played it? Shot from Hondo. Good! He's hit 2. It's 31-19 70s. Yeah, I didn't expect this. Jordan, outside from Magic. Michael, the tongue is starting to fly over Havlicek. Yep, that's good. 31-21. It's a 10-point game. All these scores out there. Everyone's going to get the chance to touch the ball. Clyde over to Barry. Barry kicks it out to Hondo. Hondo over to Barry. Around the screen. Stolen by Bird. Will they run it? They will not. They will walk up a half court. I'm surprised. Jordan. Outside. He runs over Kareem on the drive, and is he fouled? And Kareem will get called for the foul, and Jordan goes to the line for 2. 4th-team foul, 2:15 to go. So, AP, have you played it yet? Jordan hits the first. He now has 11. Hit about 31-23, 70s up. And a timeout charge to Boston. They have 6. Any changes? No, doesn't look like any changes there. I'd like to change. I'd like to take McHale out and put Perkins and Sigma in. For the 70s, everyone, you're not going to let me change too much here, are you? Well, we'll see how long that the computer will let me do this for. Have not yet. Okay, yeah, I grabbed it. The other one I want to try is John Turnbull's Fight Card Boxing. I have that. All right, Tiny wants to feed McAdoo. Gilmore feeds McAdoo in the paint, and that is going to be a kick ball, 70s ball, and I'm sure now all my subs will be undone. No, just Hondo. .203 to go, first quarter. Still 70s ball. McAdoo inbounds it over to Tiny. Going to give a give and go to McAdoo. He's going to be camped down by Perkins. Off the glass and in. 33-23. All 70s all the time. Magic. Going to do a pick and roll with Jack Sigma off the glass, and Sigma is on the board. A powerful dunk. 70s walk it up. $1:39 to go. The Iceman, George Gervin, being guarded by Bird. Gervin takes the jumper. No. Rebound, Sigma. And again, no fast break. Magic sees Perkins open. Magic drives. Does he pass? No. He takes the shot, makes it. 33-27. 80's getting back into the game. Tiny looks for Gervin again. Gervin kicks it back out to Tiny. Gervin over Magic for the shot. 18-footer and drives into paint. No. Rebound. Sigma. Again, the 80s don't fast break. I would think that they would, but they have not. Magic, 57 and 2/3 to go, first quarter. Magic calls his own number, guarded by Archibald, slides in the paint. Archibald goes with him. Nope. But Tiny gets called for the foul, and since we're in the bonus, it is 3 to make 2. Magic, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. 33-27. Magic hits the first. He'll have 2 to make the 1 here. Starters back in for the 70s. Perkins and Sigma remain on the floor for the 80s. Magic. Oh, bad second one. Rebound. Oh, he gets a third. Don't forget. And he makes the third, or the second, so it was 3 to make 2. He's got 9. 43 and change to go. Frazier walks it up. Going to feed the doctor. Doctor over Perkins in the glass. Yep. 26 seconds to go. 35-29, 70s. Magic to feed Jordan. Pick and roll. Jordan drives in the paint. Easy peasy. He has 14 in this first quarter. Last play of the first quarter, 35-31. Everybody standing here. Frazier and Kareem will go pick and roll, I'm sure. Frazier finds Kareem, doesn't go, and that is the end of one. We have played 12 minutes here. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Hopefully we're not taking forever. It is the 70s, 35. The 80s, 31. So we're going to try to see how long this goes. Hopefully this is worth watching. You guys liking this or no? $35-31. McGinnis inside. That's the call. Issel. What's he going to do here? McGinnis is fouled by Parrish, and that's Roberts' second. And so no changes. First team foul on the 80s here in the second quarter. McGinnis inbounds it for New York. Gervin, outside jumper. Drives in the paint over Wilkins, and that is no good. Rebound Parrish, and the 80s walk it up. Parrish. Dominique outside. Boston probing. Thomas feeds Dominique. Dominique cut off by Issel in the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound is going to be Parrish on the offensive rebound. What's Robert going to do? Robert, second by the cherry. That is no good. Rebound McGinnis. Here comes New York on the fast break. 3 on 4. Tiny, what's he going to do? Is he going to drive it? He is all by himself. It's good. 37-31. The crowd here at the Garden is entertained. How you doing, Bobby? And nice to have you along. Isaiah with Tiny guarding him, and Isaiah has to call time. Are we going to make any changes? Wow, the computer has not made any changes this time around. Drexler back out to Isaiah. And Isaiah again has to call timeout. So 2 straight timeouts as the 70s and all that those afros are causing Isaiah fits. And Magic comes back on the floor. Wow. 70s and a man-to-man. Perkins inbounds it. Magic will feed Parrish along the baseline. Parrish over Issel. Parrish, no. Rebound, Issel. No, Parrish gets the rebound. That's his fourth. Parrish, second by the cherry, finally goes in. 37-33. 70s by 4. They'll walk it up. Matt Calvin being guarded by Drexler. Foul line right. Calvin from Southern California. No. Rebound, however, Parrish. Parrish is 5. Will they run? Nope, they will not run. I'm honestly surprised that they're not running here. Dominique. Base foul line left. 18-footer. No. Rebound McGinnis. That was pretty easy. That's his second. Back come the 70s. Tiny walks it up. Going to feed McGinnis, being guarded by Perkins. Stolen by Sam Perkins. Now will they run? They will. Magic, Drexler, and Perkins against Archibald and McGinnis. Magic to Drexler to Perkins, and no, but he's fouled by McGinnis, and it'll be a 2-shot foul. This is the Pro Basketball Encyclopedia. As you know, that Dave Cook has released encyclopedias of all the retired players of both baseball and football, and now he has done pro basketball. So pretty much anyone who's ever played pro basketball, you can now play and assemble in a team. So before I did this, I quickly did the quick and dirty, put some teams together by decade, 8 decades of pro hoops, and I'm just showing off the 80s versus the 70s. Yep, the history collection. Yep. So Perkins, and you can do so much with it too. Hits the first, 37-34. Hits them both. 2-point game, 37-35. The 80s have come back. I have the baseball. I think I have a version of the football. I got the basketball when it was on sale. I picked it up when I did the when I grabbed the Super Bowl pre-play and just was playing with it. I'm doing well, Andy. How are you? Archibald. Going to call his own number. Issel kicks it back out to Tiny. Tiny over Magic. He's going to drive down the lane over Magic, and that won't go. But is there a foul? Yep, Magic got a piece of Tiny, and Tiny goes to the line for 2. So it's out of UTEP. I don't remember that. Hits the first, 38-35. It was at one point an 11-point game for the 70s team. They also have individual files by decade, I believe. But what I did was I put them together. I created 8 teams. In the search, I just did it by 10-year searches and put together by their salary. Tiny misses a second one. Rebound, Parrish, and stolen by Archibald and then by Magic? What the heck just happened? So Parrish had it and then lost it immediately. Tiny got it. Tiny outside, stolen by Magic. Now will they run again? 38-35, 80s on the run. Magic, Drexler, and Wilkins. Who's going to get it? Magic, yes, over Gervin. 1-point game. 38-37. They're doing this with Jordan on the bench. Archibald feeds McGinnis over Perkins. Lays it up, lays it in. 40-37, 70s. McGinnis with a loud dunk. 9:13 to go. 80s walk it up. Drexler wants a 3. Drexler, long 3. Clyde to glide. No. Rebound. Wilkins in the paint. Dominique takes it back out. 14 on the clock. He will shoot in the paint over Gervin. Second bite, good. A 1-point game. A thunderous dunk by Dominique Wilkins. 40-39. 70s by 1. Archibald over to McGinnis. Again over Perkins. Lays it off the glass and in. A 3-point game. 8:38 to go, second quarter. Magic doesn't like what he sees. They reset. Now Clyde, guarded by Matt Calvin, is going to drive the paint. Stolen by Matt Calvin, the ABA star. They'll run the break. Calvin, Gervin, and McGinnis. Poor Dominique, the only one back for the 80s. Calvin to Gervin, off the glass. Yes. 44-39. 70s up by 5. Magic. It was 11. 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Both teams are scoring like crazy. Magic. Cut off by Isley. Drives. No. Dominique gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Magic. And it's 14 on the shot clock. Magic to Parrish. Parrish over Issel. Double pumps. In the paint. Leaner. Yes. 44-41. A 3-point game. 7:59 to go in the half. Issel kicks it back out to Archibald. Issel has a half step around Parrish inside. He dunks it. And a foul on Parrish. That's his third. He's going to have to come out. Yep. So Jordan, Dantley, and Bird come in along with Jack Sikma as Issel goes to the line for 1. 46-41. 7:45 to go in the half. And the snowstorm special. Dan Issel, Denver Nugget from the University of Kentucky, has 2 points tonight. He's got it. 47-41. 80s up, or 80s trail by 6. But the starters are on the floor. Magic was going to feed Sikma, who wasn't a starter. Sikma and Issel. Boy, if this isn't an 80s Western Conference game. Sikma hits it. A one-handed runner. 47-43. Back come the 70s. Tiny. Going to feed Issel again over Sikma. Skip pass. Issel in the paint. Blocked by Magic Johnson. Rebound controlled by McGinnis. George McGinnis, what's he going to do? McGinnis will take the shot himself. That's good. 49-43. 70s up 6. Magic walks it up. Again, if you want to see more basketball, let me know. Bird over McGinnis. Stolen by McGinnis. What a steal by George McGinnis. Are they going to run or are they going to set the half court? They will. Set up the half court. Tiny wants the outside shot. Give and go with Issel. Tiny gets the pick, gets the layup. 51-43, and it's an 8-point lead again. Magic doesn't like what he sees. They reset the offense. Jordan's got it. Jordan, guarded by Calvin. Jordan, tongue sticking out. Issel fouls him immediately before Jordan can get going. Frazier starting 5 on the floor for the 70s. Frazier, Havlicek, Irving, McAdoo, and Jabbar. So no, it's not quite. Barry is there. So Irving is the small forward and Bob McAdoo the power forward. No changes for the 80s. Jordan. Bird in the power forward. Baseline over McAdoo. Shoots the one-hander. No. Rebound Irving. What's the 70s going to do? They're going to run it 3-on-3. Frazier, Hondo, and Irving versus Sikma, Jordan, and Bird. Hondo. Cross court to Irving. Irving running. Yes! 53-43. 70s up 10. Magic wants to feed Dantley. Dantley goes up over Irving. Adrian McAdoo, no, but he's fouled. McAdoo gets called for the foul, third team foul. So 2 to make 2. Dantley, 2 points and a board tonight. Dantley out of Notre Dame, an 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first, 53-44. Halfway home here in the second. Dantley hit them both. 53-45. It's an 8-point game. 70s lead the 80s here at the Garden in New York. Kareem inside from Frazier over Sigma, and Kareem, easy peasy lemon squeezy, he dunks it, and the lead is 10. Bird getting loose inside. Bird back out to Magic. Jordan cuts it inside to Bird in the paint. Bird over McAdoo. Larry Legend, yes, that's 4 for Bird, 55-47. Hondo wants another 3. Frazier gets the screen from Kareem. Hondo, no. Rebound. McAdoo, stolen by Jordan. Can they run? No, again, the 70s just get back too fast. Jordan got the steal. Jordan will take the shot. Jordan is fouled by Havlicek. Not a shooting foul. The next one will be. So no changes. Bird inbounds it for the Celtics. I mean, for the 80s. Celtics colors. Magic. Dantley kicks it over to Jordan. Foul line right. Jordan. Jumper over Hondo. No. Rebound Kareem. 70s walk it back up. 4:56 to go in the half. Frazier sees McAdoo over Bird. McAdoo gets in the paint. Post stolen, however, by Sigma. Now will they run? Again, the 70s defense is too good. The 80s are not able to run. Magic doesn't like what he sees. They'll set it back up. 12 on the 24. Sigma. He's going to take the shot over Kareem. Jordan wanted it, but Sigma stolen by Frazier. That's why Jordan wanted it. They're going to break 4 on 4. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Frazier runs it up. And that's deflected out of bounds by Jack Sigma. And with 4:21, McHale comes in at center. Everyone else for New York is fresh. And then Isaiah, who had a long conversation with Pat Riley, the 80s coach, after Thomas was pressured into taking 2 timeouts, comes back on the floor. Something very exciting and very scary at the same time. One day in the not-so-distant future, we'll be able to play this dream matchup with statistical accuracy. Absolutely, with visuals. So Isaiah feeds his friend Dantley over to Jordan. Jordan, is he going to take a shot? And Dantley's fouled by Irving. Because now we're in the bonus, it is 2 to make 1. Closed like RBI baseball. Have you seen Hoopland or Hoop Dream? It's an 8-bit retro game, which is pretty good. Dantley adds 4 and a rebound. And this one hits it. So he'll take the second. And hit them both. 55-49. 70s up 6. 4:03 to go in the half. Timeout, 70s. Immediate timeout. No other changes for anybody. New York is ready. Boston is ready. Frazier. Going to feed Kareem inside on the pick and roll over McHale. Kareem, no. Rebound Bird. Larry's first rebound of the evening. Bird. Thomas to Dantley. Bird, by the way, feeds Dantley in the paint. Dantley, yes, and the assist for Bird. 55-51. The lead is 4. 3:35 to go. Frazier, quarterbacking the 70s and trying to feed Irving. Kareem zips it over to Irving in the paint. The doctor, outside jumper, no. Rebound, Jordan. Michael's got it. They're going to run. Jordan, Dantley, Bird, and McHale. 4-on-4 for the 80s. McHale, that's not who you want doing it. Feeds Dantley in the paint. Yes, off the glass and in. A 2-point game, and Dantley now has 10. 3:17 to go in a half. A 2-point game. Frazier, Irving, stolen by Dantley. They can tie it this time up. They're going to run it 4-on-1. It's Jordan, Thomas, Dantley, and Bird against McAdoo. Who's going to take it? Jordan runs it himself, lays it off the glass. We're tied up. Jordan has 16, and they have fought back from a 10-point deficit. 2:58 to go. 70s reset. Frazier finds stolen by Dantley. He tried to find McAdoo. They will not run it. 2:44 to go. Bird from Thomas. Tie game. Larry in the paint over Kareem. Blocked by... Well, it's a rebound. Hondo's got it. Here come the 70s. They're going to run. They're in transition. Kareem over to Havlicek. Back out to McAdoo, and that was one too many passes. So Magic comes back in for Isaiah, and Sigma is back in for McHale. 2:25 to go. 55-55. So, yeah, this is the historical, I forgot what Mark called it, but he had it right. The history collection, the pro basketball history collection. And again, just threw some teams together. 2:25 to go in the half. Larry from Magic. Larry, baseline jumper. Over McAdoo. Yes! And the 80s lead for the first time today. 57-55. 2:13 to go. Hondo calls for it. Irving kicks it back over to Hondo. Guarded by Jordan. Jumper in the corner. No. Rebound Bird. Second for Larry. Jordan and Bird are going to run. Here they come. Frazier and Havlicek. Bird kicks it out back to Jordan, who's the trailer, and Frazier fouls him. Now, here is a very rare in the NBA 1-on-1. So Jordan out of North Carolina, 16 points tonight and 2 boards. Hits the first. The lead is 3. Am I making any changes here? It won't keep them. Let's put Ernest Gilmore back in. Second one for Jordan. No! Rebound McAdoo. 70s trail by 3. 2 minutes to go in the half. Frazier locks it up. Wants to feed Ernest Gilmore. Gilmore over Sigma. Artist, easy jumper, 1-point game. That broke a 13-0 run by the 80s. And the 70s were held off the board for 4 minutes and a second. Magic to Jordan. Back to Magic. Jordan, foul line right. Jumper is going to drive in the paint. Yes. Jordan picking and choosing his spots here, and he's got 19 in the first half. Yep. 60-57. 80s up 3. We do have 3-pointers. Frazier to Hondo. Back out to Frazier. Walt. Foul line. No. Rebound Bird. What will they do? Bird gets his third board, and they'll walk it up. 1:17 to go. Bird over McAdoo. Bird is feeling his oats. They want the 3 in the corner. Near side. Yes! He's got 9. 63-57. 80s up 6. Last minute, first half. McAdoo over Bird. He fakes. He goes around and gets it to fall. 50 seconds to go. Magic calls his own number. Jordan back out to Magic. Foul line. Magic with a jumper. No. Rebound McAdoo. Good defense by Frazier. 30 to go. 30 flat to go. Hondo outside is the call. Frazier feeds him. Bad pass stolen by Jordan. What will they do? 15 and change. Fast break. 4 on 3. Jordan takes it himself. Slams it home. 5 slamma-jamma. 11 and 8 to go. 65-59 80s. Frazier to McAdoo. Little runner. No. Rebound. McAdoo. 2 seconds to go. McAdoo will try and get the shot off. He does, and it won't go. Wow. Halfway home here. It is the 80s 65, the 70s 59. We'll be back with the second half right after this. So Jordan, 21 points for the 80s. 35-31 the first quarter score. And the second quarter, the 80s outscored the 70s 34-24. I like the pacing in this. It's not like it's a 100-shot game. Jordan, 21. Rebound leader is Parrish with 6. And Magic is 5 assists. For the 70s, their leading scorer is Kareem with 9. McAdoo with 4 rebounds, and Hondo, John Havlicek, with 3 assists. Both teams are shooting 58% from the floor. 70s a lot more inside shooting than the 80s. 80s doing a lot more dribble drive, and you can see the rest of it there. The 70s have led by as much as 12 in the 80s. Their biggest lead has been right now with a 6. Go Knicks. Well, it's the 70s, so it's not necessarily the Knicks, but we are playing at the Garden. I forgot where I got this from. I love the 81 cards, though. Those were the mini ones, if you remember, that you were supposed to tear apart. So it'll be Magic, Michael, Adrian Dantley, Bird, and Parrish. And for the 70s, Frazier, Hondo, Rick Barry, Julius Erving, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The only downside about doing this is you're just not going to get enough playing time for everybody. But 65-59 as we get started with the third quarter. 70s have the ball. Go Nets. Well, you got a Nick in the net, Frazier and Erving. Frazier. Erving wants the outside shot. 70's going left to right. Frazier over Magic. Top of the key. Kicks it out to Erving. They're trying to double him. Erving with a shot, and Bird got a hand in it, I think. Nope. It was just a complete and utter email. Or email. Here we go. 80s has it for the first time. Magic. They're going to take their time. Magic's got it. Magic is going to pass again. Magic. And now he's got to. Oh, New York has to call a timeout. He was double teamed, but they charged it to the 70s and not the 80s. Oh, my. Yeah, Bill Mazeroski, one of the greatest defensive maybe the greatest defensive second baseman of all time. Best known. We'll talk about this tomorrow when we do baseball. The walk-off to win Game 7 against the Yankees for Pittsburgh in the 1960 World Series. Bird inbounds it for the 80s. Magic wants to feed Dantley over Barry. Dantley in the paint. Dantley with a shot. No. Rebound Havlicek. And Dantley gets called for the loose ball foul. So 11:24 to go. 65-59. 80s up 6. And a snowstorm special. Frazier wants to pass it. Kareem. Leaner over Parrish. Kareem in traffic. Stolen by Bird. They're going to run. 4-on-3. Dantley, who's he going to give it to? Of course, it's Jordan. Jordan, that tongue is a wagon, and he slams it home. 67-59 80s. Jordan's got 23. Hard to believe that the 70s were up 12 in this one. Frazier kicks it out to Barry. Foul line left. Barry drives in the paint. Won't go. Rebound Parrish. They got 7 rebounds out of Parrish in the 80s. Looking mighty confident right now. Magic wants a 3. And Frazier ties him up. So a jump ball on that left semicircle there at the foul line. Frazier and Magic Johnson on a jump ball. This is quite the mismatch. Frazier 6'4", Johnson 6'9", and Bird has it. Jordan outside from Magic. Kicks it back over to Magic. Bad pass intended for Parrish and was off his hands, and the 70s take over. Frazier trying to feed Irving outside. Barry kicks that to Irving. Baseline left. He drives over Bird and Dantley and can't get it to go. Rebound, Dantley. They come back the other way. Dantley back out to Jordan is the call. Michael, foul line right. Stolen by Havlicek. Jordan went to drive, and Hondo ripped him off. 4-on-1 the other way. It's Jordan versus all of Springfield, Massachusetts. Who's it going to be? Barry kicks it back to Irving. Uh-oh, get out of the way. Slam dunk. 67-61. Irving's got 8. Magic over to Bird. Bird over. Irving slips and falls. Bird walks in. Easy peasy lemon squeezy layup. 69-61. 80s by 8. Hondo wants a 3. Yeah, I saw that too, Steve. Larry Bird played one game of college baseball. He played first base. He made 10 putouts, and I think he got a hit too. Hondo, Frazier, back at the Hondo for 3. He's made 2 of these. No. Hits the rim and kicks out of bounds. 80s ball. 80s by 8. Sounds like a Sirius XM channel, doesn't it? 9:09 to go. Magic to Bird. Bird guarded closely by Irving. Irving puts a hand in his face. Bird, long shot, no, and that will hit the rim and go out of bounds, and the 70s take over. No changes. Rick Barry's going to get the shot. Barry outside. Barry cut off by Parrish as he drives into paint. Nope, rebound Bird. Larry's got 4. They're going to try to run the fast break. Jordan Bird. 2 on 3. Bird runs it. He knows where Jordan is. Bird will take it himself, and he is fouled by Walt Frazier. So Larry goes to the line for 2. Larry out of Indiana State hits the first. 70-61. 12 for Bird. I'm assuming that everyone that's watching has actually seen Action PC basketball, right? Bird hit them both. It's a 10-point lead, 71-61. 70s, who dominated the first quarter and a half, it's all kind of slid downhill. Clyde trying to feed Irving in the paint. Bird standing tall. Julius, yes. He's got 10. And the 80s will lock it up. Jordan wants the outside jumper. Magic and Jordan have been doing wonders together. Jordan drives. Kareem gets in there. Rebound Jordan. And with 14 on the 24, they will reset. Dantley will pass it to Magic. Magic's got to shoot. There's only 3 in the 24. From the foul line, drives in, and he gets called for the charge. 7:53 to go. A rare turnover. I mean, these two teams, of course, are shooting lights out. Let's go 80s. I think if we did this with the modern players would do quite well. But I was able to make a team out of each of the 8 decades. So if you wanted to, we could see George Mikan play against Giannis. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? 70s. Trail by 8. Hondo. Cross court to Irving. Back over to Hondo. Jordan feeling it now. Hondo drives, cuts off by Parrish, and Hondo can't get it. Rebound, controlled by Irving. They'll set it back up. Irving. Second by the cherry from the jumper. That won't go. Kareem will get the rebound. Kareem will pass. They'll set it back up. But it's a fresh set. Frazier. Irving being closely guarded by Bird. Double pumps over Larry, and that's good. 71-65. And Bird hit him on the arm. So Larry commits the foul, his first, and the 70s go to the line for 1. Irving tonight, 12 points, 3 boards, 2 dishes, and 2 fouls. Irving out of the University of Massachusetts. And 75-76, this would be with, supposedly with the Nets. If PJ's still watching. Hits it. So he makes the old-fashioned 3, and it's a 5-point game. 71-66. Who was my NBA team? The Boston Celtics. They'll walk it up. Jordan. Guarded by Hondo. Drives past Hondo. The tongue of flying, and it's 73-66. It's a 7-point game. Frazier trying to take things in his own hands outside. The ball is loose. Frazier got it back. He's open. No. Rebound easily from Magic Johnson. That's his third. They're going to run it. 4-on-4 the other way. It'll be Magic. Who's he going to do? Back to Larry. Larry's fouled by Frazier. And they exchange looks at that one. Larry couldn't get the shot off. Frazier grabbed him. John's first tabletop basketball game was Status Pro, 79-80. And how can you not fall in love with Magic and Bird? 6:36 to go, third quarter. 80's up, 73-66. Both teams have 2 team fouls, and we are playing with the bonus. You went to a lot of Nets games when you lived in New Jersey around 2000. They were good then. They went to the finals a couple years in a row, didn't they? Status Pro was Mark's first basketball game. I think I played the computer version of Status Pro. Avalon Hill. A basket. Okay, that was my game. I was the Celtics. My best friend was the Lakers. And depending on where I was cutting my chin open to play, shots were worth 3, 2, or 1, and he always won. That's what you get when you can use your fingers. I'm not bitter or anything. Bird will inbound it for Boston. Dantley gets the dish from Bird. Barry guarding. Dantley over everybody. Posting up. No. Rebound Hondo. And what's Havlicek going to do? They're going to go 2-on-2. Havlicek and Frazier. They run the floor. Hondo goes to his trailer. Frazier streaking towards the basket. Back. No. One too many passes. And it goes out of bounds. Clyde needs to take that shot. Nerf football. Yeah, I had some of those too. They tasted just as good as a Nerf football, let me tell you that. Anyway, the Avalon Hill for the PC had 20 teams. And that's how I got to know, like, the 69-70 Knicks. And the really short net. 80's inbound. 6:28 to go. Magic. Dantley. Foul line right jumper, and that is no good. Rebound Kareem. That's his fourth. They're going to run 4-on-3. They got to take the shot no matter what. Jabbar, who's he going to feed? He'll feed Irving. Get out of the way. No! He won't go. The 2-in layup, and Parrish got the rebound. They'll go the other way. Dantley and Bird. Bird feeds Dantley. Havlicek and Frazier are back there. Dantley, yes. And he's fouled by Frazier. So Tiny Archibald will come in. Frazier sits with 4 fouls. You moved out to Jersey, and they just settled the strike. They had community outreach tickets for $5. That's about how much they were worth. Mark's dad had a game he made up as a kid where a piece of steel wool and a glass and a checker is a basketball. That's cool. Dantley for 2. 81% free throw shooter. Has 12 tonight. 2 boards and a dish. And he misses the first. And it's a 1-on-1. Barry with a rebound. Tiny. Irving over Bird. Irving, will he drive? He will drive. He gets past Bird. Irving shoots. No. But he's fouled by Bird. Bird says a few words, and Irving goes to the line for 2. No changes for either team. Computer is doing the subs. Irving has had a good night, leading scorer for the 70s. He's got 13. He's got 14 as he hits the first. And the second one misses. He misses it. And Jordan comes down with a rebound. 80s move it up. 5:53 to go. Jordan for 3. They lead by 8. Nope, Bird. Bird says, you're not doing that. Over Irving, 15-footer. No. Rebound Jordan. They send it back up. They reset. 5th rebound for Michael. Magic will drive the paint. Give and go with, no, over to Jordan. Again, Jordan for the 80s. Pippen's on the 90s team, by the way. Jordan, 15-footer, no. Rebound, Havlicek. That's 4 for Hondo. 70s walk it up. 5:34 to go. Tiny doesn't like what he sees. He'll pass it back around. Havlicek. Going to drive on Jordan. That's the call anyway. But pass is knocked away by Parrish, and it's out of bounds. However, timeout. 70s, 5:19 to go, third quarter. There's going to be some changes, I think, coming up for the 80s in a moment. But not right now. 75-67, 80s up 8. And Bobby's first tabletop was Strat 74-75. DJ John, those games, because you were on the West Coast, those games were well over. 11:30 Pacific, that's 2:30 a.m. East Coast time. Yeah, Pippen was, I believe, 87-88 was his rookie year. But don't hold me to that. '80s inbound it. It'll be Bird. Bird, the word. Dantley outside. Barry with a good defense. Dantley over him. Leaner, no. Rebound, Kareem. That's Kareem's 5th. 70s will run. Havlicek and Barry, 2-on-3. Havlicek, who's he going to feed? Take it himself over Jordan and lays it up and in. 75-69. That's 10 for Hondo. 4:57 to go. Dantley inside. Jordan. Back to Magic. Jordan. He knows the call. He's going to take it himself. 17-footer. Foul line right. No. Rebound. Jordan. He got his own rebound. How about that? Bird. For 3. Taunting Irving with this. Larry. No. Rebound. Havlicek. Hondo's got 5. They will lock it up. Hondo to Tiny. Irving. Havlicek feeds Irving in the paint. Irving over Bird. Irving shoots. No. Rebound. Tipped around. Tipped by Irving. And Bird comes down with it. 4:20 to go. Bird to Magic. They're trying to work some clock. Magic to pass it. Dantley's got to shoot. He's going to run out of time. Dantley beats the buzzer and hits it. Dantley with 14. Magic with 7 dishes. Oh, my word. This has been fun. Tiny wants to feed Kareem inside. Kareem looking for double digits. Parrish with the guarding him. Kareem stolen by Magic. They will lock it up. They will not run it. Bird for 3. Again, taunting Irving pretty much. Larry, no. Rebound, Jordan. Sets it back up. 14 on the 24. Magic. Will pass. Bird. Going to drive over Irving. He's got to beat the shot clock. Changes hands. Hondo's there. No, but I imagine he's fouled. Yep. 3 on Havlicek. And Bird will go to the line for 2. 77-69, 80s. Been a physical game. 14 foul for the 70s, though 80s will shoot the rest of the way in the third quarter. Larry hits the first. He's got 14 tonight. Hit them both. 79-69. 80s up 10. Both teams now have had double-digit leads in this one. Barry. Foul line. Guarded by Magic. Tuck drives the rim. Someone got a piece of that. It'll be Magic Johnson with the rebound. They're going to run 4-on-3. Magic. Back to Jordan. Tongue out. Slams it home. 81-69. 80's up 11. 3:04 to go. Barry wants the shot. Kareem's got it, however. He's going to cross-court it. He does. Barry, foul line left. Bad pass stolen by Robert Parrish. 70s have gotten sloppy here in the third quarter. They're going to feed Parrish inside over Tiny. Parrish only has 4 points. He's got 8 boards. Double pumps over Archibald. A mismatch, however, is taken advantage of as Tiny commits the foul. The 80s are in the bonus, and Parrish 2 to make 1. Out of Centenary. Robert Parrish, 0-0. Didn't need 2. He makes it with the first one. 2:31 to go. 84-69. Biggest lead for anybody in this one. Timeout charge to Boston. And we will make all sorts of changes. So Tiny out there with Matt Calvin, George Gervin, Bob McAdoo, and Artis Gilmore. And for the 80s for the moment, Isaiah Thomas, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Sam Perkins, and Jack Sikma. McAdoo inbounds it. 70s need to score. Tiny will feed Artis or Matt Calvin. Calvin outside. Calvin shoots. No. Rebound Perkins. 80s walk it up. These benches are pretty good too. Perkins. Sikma inside. Isaiah feeds him. Jack in the paint over Gilmore. Turnaround jumper. Yes. 86-69. Again, Tiny's going to try to feed McAdoo. McAdoo dribbles over Perkins and McAdoo gets called for the charge. So Calvin moves to the point. The thing is, these teams get so fresh so fast. McHale is on the floor. Sikma stays. Magic, Michael, Larry, McHale, and Sikma. And for the 70s, Matt Calvin, Hondo, Barry, Irving, and Kareem. Pippen drafted in 87. Okay. So this is, if you joined us late, the Pro Basketball History Collection, and I threw together all decade teams. And we're just showing this off. Nothing really serious. But a snowstorm special here on a Sunday night. Curious to know what the difference was in points per game, rebounds per game as an average per player in these 2 decades. The closer you get to the 80s, the higher the shooting percentage. I think they're pretty even. Although, when we showed you, here are the leading scorers. Wilt averaged 40. Oscar averaged 30. West averaged 30. Michael is the leading scorer for the 80s, and then the next one on that list is Dominique with 28. I would think they'd be pretty even. We got 2 of the top 7 rebounders on the floor, but not together. I think that's the thing. The 80s are shooting 53%, and the 70s have finally gone under. Steve Tate says the history collections are awesome for projects. He's got enough slices for everything. Magic. Going to call his own number. $1.41 to go. They lead by 17. Magic. Reverse layup. No. Rebound. Who? Jordan. And the 80s reset again. Magic will pass it to Jordan. Outside. Foul line left for Jordan. Hondo is there. And rebound. Barry. Back come the 70s. Matt Calvin to Havlicek. Feeding Kareem over Sigma. Kareem. Here's a shot. Makes it 86-71. And that broke the second big run for the 80s. They had a 14-0 run in the second quarter and 11-0 run here in the third quarter. Bird outside over Barry. Larry drives past Barry and good. He's got 17. I think the other thing, though, is, these two teams all these teams are so stacked that you'd have to do some serious tinkering to get their numbers right if they were to do, all-star teams. Barry inside. Havlicek guarded by Jordan. Feeds Barry inside. Barry over the paint. No. Rebound Bird. Larry has 6. They'll lock it up. Closing stages third quarter. 88-71. 80s lead. Jordan. Foul line left. Going to drive over Irving, and he makes it. He's got 29 on the dunk. Magic with 9 assists. Steve is the one to ask. How would you balance out a project like this? Matt Calvin's going to call his own number. Havlicek. Calvin at the foul line. Max shoots. No. Rebound but he's fouled by Magic. That's his third, and the 80's fourth. So he goes to the line for 2. Trailing 90-71. He has not scored. Hits the first. He's on the board. Dantley comes in the ballgame. Bird slides over to the power forward, and Parrish back in at center. Macking them both. 90-73. Closing stages third quarter. Bird wants a 3. Bird, he's just taunting Irving at this point. Larry at the buzzer. Yes! Well, that'll get some good blood going. We've played 36 minutes. It's the 80s 93, the 70s 73. And greatest teams would be great. I think, though, if you did like an all-time franchise thing, you'd obviously, it would be, I don't know how you would do that with that. So not the Celtics. The 80s outscored the 70s 28-14 this time around. I think the pacing is pretty good. Both teams have taken 65 shots. We're playing with 2025 pacing. '70s much more inside. '80s much more reliant on jumpers and the dribble drive. But the '70s bench has been more productive. The game does a great job of assigning three-point ability for the pre-3-point team era teams. It also does a great job normalizing between eras. This is blended, by the way. Is how I said it. It also does a great job of normalizing between eras. The player cards will show their era adjusted numbers to help evaluate. So, Steve, I'm assuming that you have the basketball history collection. Everyone's fresh. We'll go with that. I'm going to take a drink. You do have it and you love it. Bird outside. He's going to try and get in that fight with Irving. Larry, Irving, on him like it's a middle school dance. Bird jumper. Nope. Rebound Hondo. Will they run? Yes, they will. 3-on-2. Jordan and Dantley back. Irving. Who's he going to find? He kicks it back to Hondo. Havlicek in the paint over Jordan. No. However, the rebound goes to Rick Barry. And the 70s will reset. Frazier. Going to drive on Magic Johnson, trying to draw the foul. He runs into Parrish, so he gets it. Does he make the basket? And one. So Frazier gets the foul, or gets the basket, and Parrish gets called for the foul. His fourth. You're welcome. I got it on sale for $20. This is the first full game I've played with the 25 version of basketball. Frazier? No, can't make it. My goodness. The Chief with the rebound. 80s walk it up. They set up the offense. Bird wants a three. Magic obliges. Irving again. Middle school dance holding. Larry hit it. 93-75. Magic has 10 assists. Larry has 23 points. Havlicek from Frazier. And he kicked that one out. That will be 80s ball. Magic. 11:07 to go. This time we'll find Dantley, who's at the foul line. Dantley, is he going to drive? Yep. Nope, he's not. Over Barry, and that's no good. Rebound controlled by Robert Parrish. Parrish has 10 boards. Parrish over Kareem. Yes, 90. Wow. The 70s just collapsed here in the second half. Frazier trying to find Kareem, trying to draw one on Parrish, and that is no good. Rebound Parrish. 4-on-4 the other way. Dantley, who is he going to go to? He's going to go to Magic. Lays it off the glass. No. Rebound Michael. And they will reset. The 80s have out-rebounded the 70s 38-26. Too many cigarettes and beers at the half. That's what you get for listening to Brent Musburger. Here looking live at Madison Square Garden in New York City, where I've got a 50 on the 70s tonight. Parrish over Jabbar. Double pumps. No. Rebound Havlicek. And the 70s walk it up. Power Memorial has been well represented tonight. 10:19 to go. Again, they're going to feed Kareem. Frazier pick and roll with Kareem over Parrish with a lob, and Kareem slams it home. Dantley outside the call. Magic taking his time over to Dantley. Foul line right. Penetrates over everybody. Won't go. Rebound going to be Kareem. Dantley wanted to foul. Didn't get it. And the 70s walk it up. Tyler Reddick just made 2 in a row. Jordan's driver. Oh, that Tyler Reddick. What was I thinking? Basketball. So where were they? Atlanta or Vegas this week? Find Jabbar. Well, we'll find Irving. Frazier. Irving, who is steaming mad over Bird. No, but it is out of bounds and it is 80s ball. Oh, Atlanta for NASCAR. Kareem has got 13. He's taking a fair share of shots. Dantley again. Jordan holds up a finger. Cross court to Dantley. Dantley, will he take the outside? No, he's driving. Kareem cuts him off. Dantley put it in. 9:29 to go. Hondo outside. They trail 100-77. I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned at this. Hondo, foul line right. No. Parrish with the board. Fought with Barry. Parrish will give a give and go. Bird swings it into Parrish. Kareem did enough. Hondo with a board. 8 for John. 9:04 to go. And who's going to be open for the 70s? They spread it out. It'll be Irving. Irving is just seething outside at Bird. Irving is 14. Jumper, yes. 179. 80's up. Jordan, who is 29 himself, drives over Hondo. Michael just can't miss. And that was actually a goaltending on Kareem. So 31 for Jordan. A 7-game series. What I might do is set up a schedule and have them play it out and see. I'm stunned. Lots of pride on the 70s side. Again, Irving calls for it. Frazier bounces it into Irving. Finger roll, you betcha. Irving is 18, and he continues to chirp at Bird. 102-81. You know what? We're in our 8th decade. There are 8 teams, 8 decades. Bird calls for it on the perimeter. Over Irving. No, and that will bounce out of bounds, and it will be 70s ball. 8:03 to go. Kareem inside is the call. Kareem over Parrish. Nope. Rebound Magic. Magic is 5. They come a running now. Jordan kicks it over to Dantley over Frazier in the paint. And no, is there a foul? No. Irving gets the rebound, and the 70s walking back up. Irving wants it. Frazier feeds him. In the paint, over Bird. Yes. The doctor is feeling it now. He's got 20, 102-83. Decades team that I created, yes. 50 through 59, 60 through 69, 70 through 79, 80 through 89, 90 through 99, 00 through 09, 10 through 19, and 20 through 26. Just did a quick down and dirty, everyone signed as free agents. Dantley. Magic. Kicks it back into Dantley in the paint over Barry, and Barry commits the foul. First team foul in the 70s, 7:16 to go. Bird inbounds it for Boston to Magic. Going to do a pick and roll with Parrish. Parrish over Kareem and hits it. 104-83. to feed the doctor. They trail by 21. Irving over Bird. Julius, yes. 104.85. Dantley outside is the call. Foul line right. Powers it in. Stolen by Irving. Irving, they're going to run it 4-on-3. Havlicek to Irving. He's just taking everybody on. Bird has upset him, and the doctor has made 10 straight points for the 70s. Magic calls his own number. Jordan back out to Magic. Foul line, top side, drives, kicks it over to Bird, and throws it away. 6:20 to go. The lead is now 17. Megan, you look at these benches, you're going, yeah. It was a 23-point lead. It is now down to 17. Barry outside. Cross court to Kareem. Kicks it back out foul line left to Barry. Barry will drive over Dantley, and no. Rebound Jordan. That's his 10th, a double-double for Michael. And they're going to run. Magic and Dantley back against Frazier. Dantley gets the trailing pass, lays it off the glass. No. Is he fouled? Yes. And Walt Frazier had a lot to say. Frazier's not had a good game. And Dantley to the line for 2. Hits the first. 105.87. Archibald comes in for Frazier with 5 fouls. Second for Dantley. Hits it. 106.87. 80's up. 6:04 to go. Tiny creates the offense now. He'll feed Kareem. Irving to Kareem. Jordan's on Kareem. Kareem pumps it. Hits it. He's got 15. 106.89. Magic. They'll take their time now. Magic's got it. He'll pass it again. Who's he going to find with Magic's going to take his own shot. Hit its own shot. 108.89. Jordan with his second assist. Magic is 13. Tiny will feed the doctor. They're down by 19. The doctor over Bird. Irving. Yes. He has made 6 straight shots. Larry was trying to upset him the other way with those long threes, and Irving did not take the bait. 108.91. 5:15 to go. Larry for 3. Okay. Magic kicks it out to Bird. Left side. Long shot. Nope, didn't get it. Rebound. Tiny. No, Kareem has it. They'll run. 4-on-4. And there's going to be some words said after this dunk, I would think. It's going to be Barry. What's Barry going to do? Over to Irving. No, he's hauled. Bird blocked it. Dantley got the rebound. Irving had the arm cocked back, and he was going to say something, and Larry went from behind and swatted it away. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Dantley will take the shot. Magic. Dantley foul line left. Passes it to Parrish. Back over to Dantley. Takes it. No. Rebound Havlicek. He's got 9. Back come the 70s. 4:44 to go. 70 set up. Tiny wants to take the 3. Irving Kicks it back out to Tiny. Magic with the garden. Tiny takes it. Makes it. 108.94. It's amazing how better they have been with Tiny running the offense than Walt Frazier. Magic, 4.5 to go. Jordan to Magic. Foul line. Kicks it over to Parrish, but that is out of bounds, and the 70s are making a run. It was 23 points. It's now, with 4:20 to go, 14. Computers running the defense. I just run the offense on these things. And Frazier's back in the game. Although I was about to say, no one for the Knicks. I mean, the 70s is having foul trouble except for Frazier. Can we change it? So we'll see how long they go with this. I'll set it for a half-court press. This really has been quite entertaining. Irving inbounds it for the 70s. He's going to get his own number here. Havlicek, cross-court pass. Bird again on him. Julius works around for the shot. He is on fire. He has made 28 tonight. I believe he has hit, his last 7? Knicks come out, the 70s come out in the press. 108.96. Yeah, I'm not liking how the computer has done the playing time for this. Although Hondo has had a pretty good game. This game isn't over. Knicks press. Magic. Bird inside over Irving. Bird. Pumping. Shoots. Yes. 25 for Bird. New York was on a nice run. 110.96. I'm coaching both offenses. Barry. Pick and roll with that Kareem. Rick drives in. No. Rebound Kareem. He's got 8. They'll reset. Kareem. Second by the Cherry. Fadeaway jumper good. 110.98. They remain in the press. Magic calls his own number. Dantley. Magic drives in over Frazier. Hits it. 3:18 to go. 112.98. If I would do this again, I would do human subs. I did not uncheck that before I started. If we get a timeout, I will put some subs in, but I got to tell you, the computer's going to change them right back. Barry. Foul line left over Dantley. Drives in the paint. Bird cuts him off. No good. Rebound. Barry. Got his own rebound from the floor. Barry will shoot. Longer range jumper. That's horrible, and that's out of bounds. 80s ball. The 80s make some changes. Isaiah comes on the floor, and Sigma in for Parrish. I'll make some changes here. We'll go Archibald, Calvin, Gervin, and I'm going to put McAdoo in for Kareem. We're going to leave Irving on the floor. He's our hot hand. Yeah, I didn't realize that because, again, this is the first time I've actually played with this game outside of trying to do some manual entry. And so normally that would be unchecked. I like to do my own subs and coach. And this game gives you a lot of that. I don't want to sell it short. But again, I wasn't even planning on going on tonight. But with the storm that's coming up the coast, we figured, why not spend some time and entertain you? So wheels, and I couldn't change it. So fresh players on for the 70s. It is a 14-point game. Boston inbound it. Isaiah is going to call his own number. Bird with the pass. Isaiah, that is off a hand, and that's out of bounds. Now, will the computer change everything back? Yes. Oh, well, they're going to put Frazier back in, but Arnis Gilmore will go in at center. Have I done a full tutorial with this? No. This is the second time I pulled it out. I might. The thing about Action PC is Dave has gotten great at being able to do what ifs. This has been fun. This really has been. The thing is, we're at an hour 50. You really can't do this an awful lot. You take forever doing it. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed it. The Iceman, Gervin on the foul line left. Bird driving over Bird. Gervin, no. Rebound, George. Got his own rebound. He'll try it again. Fadeaway jumper, no. Rebound, Irving, right? Julius has it. Julius with a quick shot from Frazier. Over Bird. One too many passes, I think. No, Frazier stolen by Jordan. One too many passes. You got to take that shot. 2:17 to go. Sigma. Thomas. Quick pass to Sigma. Bird. From Bird. Sigma. No. Rebound. Goes all the way out to half court. Gilmore got it, and Gilmore gets called for the foul. Yeah, see, they're bringing everybody back in. What happens is that the fatigue is set so much that they're just going to get healthy in a hurry. Clyde Drexler and Kevin McHale are on the floor, along with Magic, Sigma, and Dantley. So Bird will sit. But Jordan and Bird have combined for 56 tonight. No, playing by myself with this, it's about an hour and change. I thought about just recording, but I figured, no, the weather's bad. Let's just see who else is on and play some hoops. 2:10 to go. McHale inbounds it for the 80s. Kicks it out to Dantley. To Magic. Foul line left. Is he going to drive? Nope. Takes the jumper. No. Rebound Barry. Good D by Frazier. Barry there. 1:57 to go. 70s quickly set up. It'll be Frazier. They'll feed Kareem over Sigma. And Sigma stole it. Sigma saw that all the way. They're in no hurry. They will walk it up. It'll be Magic. They'll pass it. They're going to take their time. Magic, 2 on the clock. Going to try a quick dribble drive. Frazier with a steal. Magic went to go. Frazier read it. Here come the 70s. 4 on 3. Barry to Frazier. Yes. 1:18 to go. Knicks are still in the half-court press. The 70s are. 112-100. Dantley is walking it up. McHale. Magic. They're taking their time. McHale with Jabbar in the way. McHale lays it up. No. Rebound Sigma. They will reset with less than a minute to go. Sigma wants the baseline jumper. Magic feeds Sigma. Sigma drives. Irving is there. Rebound. Barry. He's got 7. 42 and 8 to go. 70's quickly walking up the floor. Kareem trying to draw a foul on Sigma. Barry feeds Irving instead. Back out to Barry. Barry is not supposed to be taking a shot. Over Dantley. No. Rebound Sigma. He holds it like the middle school egg. They walk it up. And the 80s are going to win this Entertaining ball game. 112 to 100, closing seconds. Drexler. Magic. Drexler, foul line right, double teamed. Takes the jumper. No. Rebound. Magic got a hand on it. And the 80s will reset. Dantley will drive over Barry from the perimeter and stolen by Frazier. And the 70s will lock it up. 7 seconds to go. Last chance salute for the 70s. And that's it. That'll do it. Okay, 93-73 wasn't the score. So the 70s outscored the 80s 27-19 in this fourth quarter. Michael Jordan, 40 minutes, 31 points, 10 rebounds. They shot 43 of 88, 4 of 8 from the three, and hit all but 3 free throws, and had 45 rebounds. The 70s, 45 and 91, 49% from the floor. Their leading scorer was Irving. And at the end, they made it close. They were down 23, and good defense by the 70s in the fourth quarter. All right, any questions before we go? That was fun. Somehow Mark Aguirre didn't play. Imagine that. Congratulations. You're one of the great 100 players in basketball history. You're going to get in the game? No. I don't know what we can. So here, we'll go through the teams. Here's the 50 team. Alex Groza, George Mikan, Easy Ed McCauley, Neil Johnston, Paul Arizin, Bob Cousy, Bob Davies, Ralph Beard, Bill Sharman, Dolph Shays, George Yardley, and I had to put in Maurice Stokes. You're welcome. So let's do it. So there are the teams. The 60s are in Philadelphia. Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Walt Bellamy, Bob Pettit, Elgin Baylor, Hal Greer, Sam Jones, Bailey Howell, Rudy LaRusso, Billy Russell, and Willis Reed. You talk about rebounding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 rebounding players. You met the 70s. Kareem, Julius Gilmore, Dan Issel, George Gervin, Walt Frazier, Rick Barry, Havlicek I was impressed with, Bob McAdoo, George McGinnis, Nate Archibald, and Matt Calvin. The 80s, the only one you didn't see before was Aguirre. Orlando, the 90s, Grant Hill, who the game loves. He was the second highest salary of anybody on the list. Shaquille O'Neal, Karl Malone, David Robinson, Glenn Robinson Jr., Gary Payton, John Stockton, Reggie Miller, Nick Van Exel, Scottie Pippen, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing. Salary, that's how I went. I mean, I might redo it based on ratings because these teams I don't think are all that balanced. But yes, the fake salary thing in the game. Again, it was just thrown together. Los Angeles got the odds. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady, Dirk Nowitzki, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Jason Terry, Dwayne Wade, and Amari Stoudemire. I think it's just like it's like a war or win shares based on the ratings. All the sports have it. Cleveland got the teens. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Steph Curry, Karl Anthony Towns, Dwight Howard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Kyrie Irving. And Seattle was a modern team. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Rudy Gobert, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Edwards, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, and Brandon Ingram. I think this team could hold its own with the others. Any other questions? So that was fun. That was fun. So don't know what we'll do with this or we'll on a regular basis. But yeah, this modern team can do some damage. I mean, the only one that scores less than 15 a night is Rudy Gobert, and he has 1,000 boards. You got Giannis and Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 29 and 27. They're going to score. All right, baseball for you tomorrow. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too much snow. We'll see you for that. Thank you so much. Have a good night.